It's the federal government's new tomato policy that is on the front burner here today. And we're joined by Chief Eric Umeofia, who is the President and Chief Executive Officer of Erisco Foods. Thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, you've spoken several times about what we needed to do, how we needed to approach it. At the time, you had a lot of concerns, but now we have this policy. I'm sure you've gone through it as well. This is what you've been asking for, isn't it?
Sure. Well, we thank God for the new policy on tomatoes. That is a policy of, actually policy of good hope. Policy that will make young ones to look ahead, to see what they can do for this country, to manufacture what we have, and eat what we produce in this country, according to Mr. President.
Okay, now give us a little historical perspective. What was the challenge that we had before now?
The challenge was so much. Challenge of dumping, of course, when they produce overseas with pure support, with very good environment in manufacturing, they dump here usually at 40 to 60% of our production costs, here, and of course, Nigerian people support foreign economy, foreign products. Our regulatory agencies refuse to do their work. Totally, it was lost. Nobody could understand it. If not for the sake for the fact that this present government stood up and said we should do the right thing for this country, we wouldn't be talking of this thing, and I wouldn't be here talking with you.
What's the content? Because if the government was going to take this kind of step and initiative, something must have gone wrong with what is being consumed, what is being dumped, according to you, in this country. What was the content of what they brought in?
The content is clearly, NAFDAC done an investigation on these products and find out and said 91.1% of the whole tomato imported in this country was substandard and it's not good for human consumption. But for 2 years after they said the things, it was not implemented, it was not enforced. I was surprised when, maybe because it concerns Nigerian people, concerns indigenous manufacturers like me, involved that they don't want to, they refuse to implement it. But when it concerns the multinationals, they rise up and defend what is not defendable. What overseas are said, their own countries say, this is our limit to safety. They come and tell us the over limit is good because they are multinationals. Till when are Nigerians going to believe in their own country? Till when are people going to believe that Nigeria has no other person to help them? Only we. There's our hope, so much confidence in foreign people. Who will come leave their country and come here and support you, if not for exploiting you? In most cases. I don't know why our economic managers have not seen what is very important now. What we should do is to how do we manufacture in this country? We are fully import dependent country. And we that is indigenous knows the dangers that are ahead. Today is still okay, is what's going to happen in the future. When we don't manufacture, how do we create jobs for our people? How will this country move forward? Everything here is being done by manufacturing. And only in manufacturing, you will not go to school to specialize, read manufacturing. I can go to school and be a professor, a scientist, whatever, professors. But when it comes to manufacturing, it's experience. And the experience is rare. Not everybody is gifted by God. Not everybody can have it. I tell you the truth, if you want to be a manufacturer in Nigeria before now, you sign in your identity warrant gradually. When people eating wrong and substandard food that they don't eat in their own country, you are just creating more people to jump into Niger bridge because they have made their thinking to change. We don't know how they're doing it again.
The worth of tomato that is being imported into this country on a yearly basis has a value of $170 million. And you see people like you in that line of business will have to cover this gap within a very short time with the implementation of this policy. Is it sustainable for you to make that transition?
I want to tell you the value here was wrong. Our challenge, I have China customs export to Nigeria and Africa on tomato paste to Cotonou, to Ghana, where they're bringing it here. I tell you, if whoever wants to know, that Nigerians spend over $1 billion every year in tomato import into this country before now.
Not 170 million.
This is old century, 1920 information they are working on. How can? Check 150 metric tons. What they exported last year and last 2 years, 325,000 metric tons. Check by concentrate alone is over $500 to $600 million. Now add packaging, add any other thing they put there, any other transport and all the shipping charges. It comes to over $1,050,000 yearly.
So it's also wrong that
they are doing this just to reduce the import duty on it. That's what they are doing before. They don't want to pay duty. They are killing this nation.
It's not also correct that the current demand is about 2.45 million metric tons per annum.
Local demand is correct, and we're talking about two different things. Current demand is on fresh. This is on concentrate. They are not the same thing. And this is less
different.
they are not the same thing. This concentrate is about raw material to produce tomato, while fresh, Nigeria consumes 80% of fresh tomatoes a year. Concentrate is about 20% only. My factory alone can satisfy the whole concentrate, whole tomato production of this nation if I produce at 80%. I have not produced 20% since I started. Then the government, federal government, have been in the right position. President Blair have been saying we need to make this country industrialize this nation, which is correct. We're supporting them, but MDAs like NAFDAC, like CBN, they never understand what is manufacturing. We are not importers. We are not traders. We are manufacturers to create jobs to every aspect of this nation. Without manufacturing, we go nowhere. Only in Nigeria, they don't respect manufacturers because we don't know what it is.
Okay, so the federal governments, I think through the Ministry of Trade, that they're doing some work looking through all of this to ensure that they consistently talk to manufacturers like yourself and different stakeholders. And they also have this about restricting it to seaports. And so they have to inform ECOWAS, and this will take into effect, I think, 30 days from April 7th.
Yes.
So is that a good one, and how does it address it?
I want to give it to the Ministry of Trade this time, and that of Budget. They have done very good work. However, by sensitizing current manufacturers. However, they have done their own by giving us good policy that will sustain this nation and even make tomato be exported. However, implementation is the problem. Enforcement is the problem. In a real economy, in a good economy we are today, Senegalese have banned tomato for the past 10 years. Angola is paying 55 to 60% for the past 8 years now, without one factor of tomato price there. One, no. The reason is that come and invest here. None is have been prohibited. Let people come. And I want to tell you, tomato in retail park is not allowed. It should not be allowed. What we are talking about is concentrate for manufacturers to use. But my own, I use from my fresh tomato in this country to do my own tomatoes.
To produce the concentrate?
Yes. My concentrate is what they use from fresh to concentrate and bring here, which we are using. Well, our design of our factory is like that. Before CBN prohibited 41 items and pleaded with us to go into system to know what they're going to do. We did. But they come back and renege their promise.
No, let me get something straight. The concentrate, you get the fresh tomatoes.
From fresh tomatoes,
you process it, and then you knock it down to be concentrated. That's what the concentrate is.
Yes.
And that's what's being imported. That's worth $170 million.
And put salt to make it another paste.
But you can handle that one.
My own, from A to Z. Today, we are the only company can do that in this country. But you know what? The MDA like CBN and that, they don't like us at all. They want to stampede us down so that the foreigners will come and they ride on us. That's their system.
Is it that they don't like you?
They don't like the country.
Maybe they thought they were taking the right
I have done what is possible, what is humanly possible to explain to them. This is what it requires. If you want people to agree with you, this is what they are going to do for this thing to work. They know. I've done it in my factory. Something has been done. But to expand it to be able to supply the huge installation I have of 40,000 metric tons is zero. And it's easy way to kill a human being is to suffocate him, lock him in a one room, not giving food.
No, you'll not die now because the policy,
I will never die for CBN. They are too small for me.
The policy is working for you now.
No. Even before now, I would have died if I don't have foreign support. That is truth. No Nigerian company will sustain it. No. Why was it only me that producing all the line, all along? Because I have foreign support. I believe in Nigeria. I believe in President Buhari. If I don't believe in Nigeria, you won't see me here because it's not for money. Mind you, tomato is not where you say you make big profit. People are running with most volatile item in the whole planet, not only in Nigeria. Tomato process is determined, is spirit of patriotism that made it to be there. How can people go and farm after you lose all your tomato, lose your everything, go? The important thing we are going to talk about now is when we Nigerians are every time talking on this policy, yes. How do we make sure that this policy works well for people in the government also to believe in their own product, to believe in Nigeria? When I was in Dubai, I was living in Dubai, we'll go to supermarket with some British, some Americans, some Europeans. When they go to the shop, each one will pick product from their own country. When their country own is there. Nigeria will come and pick from foreign country. In Nigeria here, will not pick in Nigeria. Isn't that the thing that nobody can imagine? Maybe we need deliverance. This people have incited a lot of poison in our system long time ago.